has in some ways become our parents.
Remember the last time you hit your parents up for some brand name shoes or gear? And perhaps many of you have begun to experiment sexually.
I have had sex.
Well, I'm Lakita, because the media communicated to you that sex outside of marriage was okay.
One of the things that I actually share in concert with people is that, hey, if they have made the mistake of having sex before marriage, they can become a recycled virgin.
Not, but let's go there.
And nearly half of you, to be exact, 49%, will have watched an R-rated movie in the last 30 days. Some with your parents' permission, some without.
And over time, as our conscience becomes seared, we even begin to applaud the very sins that nailed Jesus Christ to the cross. Well, I'm Lakita. Record companies, movie studios, and television networks, box office hits, top 40, or even what our friends think is all that.
We can never really get away from it.
It's everywhere, wherever you go.
Before you know it, it will be 2 o'clock. Before you know it, it's 6 o'clock. The same thing with the internet.
The internet.
The internet.
1 out of every 5 teenagers reports that while being on the web,
I spend a lot of time on my computer.
either doing homework or research or
Mostly look things up for school.
checking their emails,
Like, I'm checking my email. There's like 3 flyers for porno.
you're accidentally stumbling upon pornographic images that are popping up.
I see a lot of dirty stuff on the net.
It just pops up.
Always pops up in email. A lot of underlying things that you don't realize that, are going into your mind subliminally.
If you listen to a song repeatedly saying that you're nothing but trouble, you're nothing but trouble, and repeatedly, and if people keep telling you you're nothing but trouble repeatedly, you're going to be nothing but trouble.
Okay, do these things really influence us when it comes to sex?
I have had sex.
Do movies, TV, music, the internet really change our attitudes when it comes to what we see as normal, everyday behavior and what's even safe?
My favorite book is Clockwork Orange.
This guy is not alone. The old 70s movie version of A Clockwork Orange combines explicit sex, extreme violence, and even rape. Believe it or not, according to Entertainment Weekly, this movie today is still a cult favorite among guys. And then there's Lucas Salmon.
I grew up in the church.
Take, for instance, the movie a few years back called Natural Born Killers.
Ted, it is about 2:30 in the afternoon. You are scheduled to be executed tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock if you don't receive another stay.
Yes. Yes, that's true. And what scares and appalls me, Dr. Dobson, is,
Now, are these things we're talking about hitting home with you? It's so hard to figure out what's in bounds and what's out of bounds.
Just because we can have sex, just because we can do drugs, just because we can do any number of things, doesn't mean they're right and doesn't mean they're good for us.
And if you know it's not going to be good ahead of time, don't turn it on. Don't buy it.
Pick up a CD and read it. Know what you're buying. Know what you're buying. Know what the band is all about.
If they don't meet your standards, there's a Christian market out there that has a lot of bands that qualify.
Will this make money for us?
And there is a tremendous amount of money in the media today.
I mean, we've finally gotten to the point in the human mind where nothing is really entertaining anymore.
And when it comes to entertainment, maybe we can take that a little further and say, what would Jesus watch? What would Jesus listen to?
So what do we do?
I have had sex.